Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news of this afternoon, eyewitness recounts horrid moments of deadly attack on Naya gang. 4-year-old daughter of TikTok star Xavier Naya Gang Fogo has yet to grasp the gravity of her father's murder, but her heart seemed to sense the tragedy unfolding around her. The curious toddler's innocent steps led her to unknowingly tread on the bloodied ground where her father took his final breath. As she played with a broken police cordon tape mere feet from the scene, her poignant question echoed, "Them kill my father? When my father phone day?" Naya Gang, a 23-year-old who had nearly 250,000 followers on the popular social media platform, was murdered on Saturday night during a live session. The shocking incident unfolded as Naya competed in a TikTok match with her fellow creator Aribazon. Explosions erupted midstream about 9 p.m. Saturday, prompting Naya and another man to flee their seats before horrific screams replaced the sounds of banter. The yard in Gutter's Old Harbor St. Catherine, where the murder occurred, has since become a place of sorrow. Friends gathered at the spot from which Naya once went live daily, their tear-streaked faces reflecting devastation. Some sought solace in marijuana, while others stared blankly, struggling to comprehend the loss. "Him love him daughter gone to bed," said one heartbroken relative. "No stepfather or no one, now go show her the love him did. She young now, but when she get bigger and see how him deal with her, she a go feel it." Known for his hustler spirit, Naya's journey to fame began with selling egg and plantain sandwiches before TikTok catapulted him into the spotlight. "The dog was everything that was good. He was a family and was a brother to we. Everything that is good to describe a person, you can think of Naya. When we hungry, him we call upon because him always did it for we. Every day him cook big pot right in the yard here," one man said. Another of Naya's relatives stated that the youngster was a source of inspiration to persons of all ages. "Naya was a go-getter and him set trends for the younger youths them. And him make we know say millions could a hold as ghetto youth. And a TikTok him used to that. All the big people them look up to the youth. He make we know say BMW could a drive as well. A bad man them bad man him. And him make we know say we must reach 1,000 followers and do we content and get some gift and collect. And have a piece of food in our pocket. The man was a motivator," the relative said. Despite his rise, Naya's content often hinted at underlying tension. In recent posts, he acknowledged having enemies and vowed to stay to himself. "Them people are switchy too much," he said just days before his death. Naya's demise comes amid whispers of possible TikTok feud being the motive. Theories have swirled online, with some speculating betrayal by a close associate, a claim friends vehemently deny. "People corrupt for think that way," said an eyewitness who recounted the horrid moments. "All of we a family over here, so. Me dey hear a cracking noise, and then shot start fire. And then some me know something wrong. Me tell bro Naya run, and the two of we run off. It hard for me process what really happened," said the man who was seated next to Naya when their premises was invaded. Amid the somber mood on Panton Lane, the tension was palpable as residents kept a wary eye on the back entrance, the very spot where armed thugs had invaded their sanctuary. Police have launched an investigation into the killing, with head of operations for the St. Catherine South Division, Deputy Superintendent Michael Campbell, stating that leads are limited. "We are currently speaking with the family members and visiting the community," he said. While the police have been tight-lipped about possible lines of inquiries being pursued, well-placed sources told the news that detectives are examining whether feuds that manifested themselves on TikTok may have resulted in the content creator's death. Rockfort fears a red Christmas amid a string of murders. A string of violent incidents, including a double murder, have left the residents of the volatile Rockfort community in East Kingston gripped by fear, bracing for another Christmas overshadowed by crime and violence. "I'm afraid so till me no want come out," a female resident told the news on Monday, clutching a cup of hot beverage in the confines of her home. By the time the news arrived at the area where the men's bodies had been found on St. John's Road, at an area referred to locally as Brooklyn that had been watched. However, the lingering stench of blood still hung in the air, a stark reminder of the gruesome scene. Nobody not leaving their house for the holiday. It a go coming like COVID lockdown all over again. Last year we never have no Christmas. And at the same thing again. If you want to see Christmas, you have to leave and live up out of this concrete jungle. No love not about ya, an elderly man said aloud. Reports suggested that the murders stemmed from a dispute among former friends, fueled by allegations of the refusal to return an illegal gun and aligned with a specific faction. While the police are yet to identify the deceased, residents named them as Roger Runtings Gray and Jermaine Bobo Wallace. According to sources, a meeting occurred on Sunday afternoon, followed by gunfire later that night. When the chaos subsided, the two men were found lying in pools of blood. The police were called and they transported them to the hospital where they were pronounced dead. One resident recalled a triple murder at the same location 4 years ago, describing it as a grim reminder of a time when the community was under siege. Nobody know they have to go up on the side. The man them were dead as some working man. I was asleep when it happened, but now it's like me can't sleep, the resident said, also expressing fears of a grim Christmas. On Monday morning, another man was fatally shot in a separate section of the community, leaving the area desolate. The identity of this victim remained unknown up to late yesterday evening. The unrest follows another horrific event in the community's Pleasant Hill area, previously known as Warwick Hill, where a quintuple murder occurred on Heroes Day, October 21. Despite the recent violence, the Kingston Eastern Police Division reports an 18% decline in murders and a 21% reduction in shootings compared to last year. As of December 7, the division recorded 55 murders, down from 67 during the same period last year. Jamaica could be hardest hit in the Caribbean by mass migration due to low salaries. There is concern that Jamaica could be hardest hit by mass migration in the Caribbean after a survey has revealed that the country has the lowest salaries in the region on average. The Caribbean Salary Survey report, Pay Pulse 2024, was produced by the Caribbean Society for Human Resources Professionals in collaboration with CaribbeanJobs.com. In the report, now in its third edition, the Bahamas emerged as the salary leaders, particularly in executive and specialized positions, followed by St. Kitts and Nevis and Barbados. Vaughn MacDonald, Deputy Board Chairman at the CSHRP, said more Jamaicans may leave the country to take up more lucrative jobs in the Caribbean. As a result, Mr. MacDonald said Jamaica could suffer more from brain drain.
We saw an article recently with Clovis where arising from the survey of persons that let's go to Bahamas. But we know it's happening. If you look at it, that in many of even other companies, and we talk about losing the skills gap, is because they're migrating to countries like those because of the very said reason. So as you rightly say, you're not surprised because it is happening. It's just that it has brought now more before you in sharp focus on this is what is happening.
Kimberly Largie, lead researcher at the Caribbean Society for Human Resource Professionals, said that the value of the Jamaican dollar against the US dollar is also a contributing factor for the low salaries.
Because we have 20 different Caribbean countries with different currencies, we converted all of them to US dollar.
Right.
Yeah, so that's
then
what
it became apples and
yeah, and their annual figures.
Okay.
Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.